So you know what you want to do in life, and you have a dream, a desire, and something or some interest that you just can't get rid of and you keep thinking about. And you tried doing this interest and pursuing this interest before, but you quit. And maybe you tried it multiple times in your life before, and every single time you started it and then you quit. But for some reason, you still can't let go of it, and you still in the back of your mind have this interest in there and thinking that you might be pursuing this and you might make money with it. It might be some career or something you actually pursue long term. But you just can't get yourself to actually commit to it, to do it long term, and to stick with it. Why is this? And how to overcome it? So I literally had the exact same experience. And when I was 15 or younger, even 14, 15, I'd say so, even 16, I was a little bit chubby. Not crazy fat, but I was a little bit chubby and I did not have a six-pack. And I always dreamed of having a six-pack and being fit and lean and kind of having this classic, cool body, lean and stuff like this. And I tried literally every single trick in the book. Multiple times in my life, I tried to do a diet. I tried some new sport that I did for like 2 months and then I quit again. Then I tried another diet like 6 months later and quit again. And this kind of went on like 4 or 5 times that I kept working on losing weight and actually getting this body and getting in shape or in the shape that I wanted to get. And I just couldn't stick to it and I just couldn't get results. And then later on, a few years later, I think when I was like 19 or so, I actually committed to it and I started to actually do the right thing, which I'm going to share in this video. And I really made it a habit and I made it part of myself and I stuck to it for years to come. And I ended up building my dream body after a few months. And then later on, I had very good physique that I had been able to go on stage with. And the main difference was that when I first started and failed with losing weight and when I tried all these different diets, I did the technical stuff of actually getting the results. But the problem was that I didn't see myself as someone that is fit and healthy. I saw myself as a fat, little, chubby person. And because my identity was wrapped around me being chubby, obviously behavior follows identity and you always act in alliance with your identity. And because I saw myself as chubby and unhealthy, I would keep sabotaging myself. I would keep eating unhealthy. I would go to McDonald's. I would have like liquor on the weekend. I would not stick to my diet. I would do all these little things in order to sabotage my own success, just so I can stay aligned with my identity of being unhealthy and fat. Okay. And because I was stuck in this identity, I was never able to reach the goal. Like never. I would always quit and sabotage just because my identity was such a strong force and holding me back so hard. Then later in life, I really committed to it again. And I was like, man, this time I'm gonna do it. So I bought a coaching program where he gave me pretty much just a training program and that's it. It was just an online course. It wasn't a coaching. And I had a training plan that I took from the online course. I also had a dieting plan and stuff like this. But that's not the game changer. The game changer started actually when I started to begin applying these small little habits one by one until I started to change my identity. And the main problem was with the diets before, I always went in like super heavy and all in from the beginning. And then obviously it was way too much. My identity wasn't caught up. And then I would sabotage and quit. With the other time when I was actually successful with losing weight and bodybuilding and fitness and stuff like this, I did it the exact opposite way. Instead of going in hard, I went in super slow and super soft. In the beginning, I just swapped out 1 meal. Then later on, I swapped out 2 meals. I started tracking my calories a little bit. Later on, I started to go to the gym. Or I first started doing some walks. Then I went to the gym like 1 time a week. Then later on, I did 2 times a week, 3 times a week, all the way up to 5 times a week, which I stuck to for many, many years. And the thing is that by doing these small little steps, but I did them very consistently, I started to build the identity and I saw myself and I was proving to myself every single day that I'm someone that is fit and that is healthy and that works out and is exercising. And after 3, 6, 9 months, 12 months of doing these small little steps, I became a healthy person because I embraced that identity. And that is the main message from the video, that in order to achieve that dream that you've been having in your mind for a very long time, it might be photography, it might be playing an instrument, it might be building some business, it might be whatever, you have to become that identity that is able to achieve that goal. And you do this literally by looking at your goal and then asking yourself, okay, who is able to lose X amount of pounds or kilos and has a six-pack? What kind of person is that? Okay, he probably eats healthy, he probably works out regularly, and he probably avoids snack. But mainly those two things is the main thing. They have like 4 healthy meals a day or 3 healthy meals, and they work out. So, and you can just start breaking these smaller habits down, and you can just start applying them very small. And then by slowly ramping this up, you embrace the identity of being someone that is healthy and fit. And by embracing the identity and becoming that person, as I said in the beginning, behavior follows identity. You start to act in accordance with your identity automatically, and you start to achieve your goal. So in order to achieve that dream that you have, and what I did as well, you have to start focusing on your identity through small actions that you prove to yourself that you're that person.